we move across the junction into Leyland, originally called St Giles Gate. On the right-hand side of the bus, just past the chemist, you'll see a black lamp on the wall of the Cactus Trading Post. Look behind the lamp and you can see a small white cat. You see lots of these cats all over the city buildings, originally put there as good luck charms in Victorian times. Later, they became a trademark of local architect Tom Adams. These cats have become a feature all over the city. There are now around 22 to see. How many can you spot? On the right, you can see some of the buildings with bricked-up windows on the first floor. The number of windows that property had. To avoid paying this tax, the windows were bricked up. These days, when something's expensive, you'll hear people say, "That's daylight robbery." It is possible that this saying comes from the old tax. You either paid it or lost your daylight, hence the daylight robbery. As you turn into Lord Mayor's Wharf, look to the right. The tower on the corner of the wall is known as Robin Hood's Tower. The origin of the name is unclear, and Robin Hood has no association with York. The present tower is a good example of what the Victorians thought a medieval tower should look like. On the right, we get a nice view along the city walls, and you can see the moat at the foot of the walls. This would have been full of filthy water and rotting waste. Behind the wall, you can see York Minster, or to give it its proper title, the Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St Peter in York. It's both the Minster and the Cathedral. It's a minster which derives from the Latin monasterium, from where the local monks would go out from the monastery to teach or to minister. It's also a cathedral because it contains the throne of a bishop. This is taken from the Latin cathedra and means seat. In York's case, the seat of an archbishop. The present York Minster is the fifth church to be on this site. The first church was just a small wooden chapel put there in 627 AD for the baptism of King Edward of Northumbria. The central tower has 275 steps to the top. As you leave Monk Park, look along the street to your right. Set back, you can see the wonderful county hospital, built in 1850, which is now used as apartments. Keep looking to the right, and you can see some older buildings on that gate, dating from the 17 and 1800s. Any earlier buildings on this street were destroyed in the Siege of York in 1644. On the left, by the blue road sign set back behind the railings, is a garden in the style of the Elizabethan knot garden, thought to be introduced as a selling feature for what was the design shop next door. It is in fact not very historic, but we think it's very nice and worth pointing out. We move into Foss Bay and run alongside York's second river, the Foss, on our left. It probably gets its name from the Latin word fossa, which means ditch or stream. There's no longer any commercial river traffic on the Foss, which was canalised in 1792. Today, both rivers are mainly used for pleasure boats and wine, with tubs and Kingsley in common. Looking to the right is Sainsbury's Supermarket. In the 1980s, when this was being built, workmen unearthed hundreds of skeletons here. Work was stopped, and an investigation found this site to be the largest Jewish burial site outside London, dating back to 1177. The chief rabbi was called in, the land was consecrated and declared sacred, and the bodies were left in peace. This area is known as Jewry, which means Jewish borough or town. If you look to your right, you'll see the city walls come to an end. That's because a wall was not needed at this side of the city due to the King's Fish Pool, which formed a man-made defence against attack. This is one of the reasons people think the walls aren't complete. It's because there seems to be sections missing. The wall never